Hello guys, welcome to IB Business and Analyst Day 2 session. So before to start this session, I would like to preview or recap the previous session that we did, or I already uploaded that video on YouTube. If you have not seen that, please go and watch that. And if you would like, you can subscribe me and press the bell icon so you should not miss the any important videos that I'm going to cover in future for the business analyst. Yeah, so I'm going to cover series of videos on the business analyst, day 1, day 2, day 3 kind of things, and there I'm going to cover all the skills sets required for the freshers, those who are aspiring business analyst and they want to join IBs or any companies, either any domain. So I am in IB, so I'm just focusing as of now on the investment bankings. But these skills can be utilized in anywhere, like if you are going in as a telecom, insurance, automobile, any domain. So these are the basic core skills I'm going to teach you initially, like it might be 10 or 15 sessions, and later on I will focus on the capital market, investment bankings, yeah, and tradings, all these prime brokerage, prime finance, all these kind of IB related topics or domain knowledge I will say. But for now I'm just going to focus on the core skills that's required for the business analyst to succeed in their role. So in the first session, we just gone through the like high level, what are the skills business analysts requires, what are the tools they need, yeah, which all competencies or knowledge they need to know. Yeah, so that's the basic things I have covered, basic details about the trade life cycles, what IVs in investment bankers people used to do, and what their business, capital markets, all the high level topics that might be come in future. So I am going to cover all the topics that I've discussed and more on that also later in later sessions. So it's important for you to please keep subscribing for my channel and press the bell icon so you will not miss any important videos. Important thing is I would like to get feedback from you, whoever is watching or going to see these videos. So if you have any feedback for me, any improvement required, any topics you want to cover me, any things you want to learn, so that is you think like that's need to be there, their session need to be required on this, so please do comment on that. I will definitely respond on that, or I will create video on that. So that will be very good feedback for me, and that's if you think that is required for yourself or for any other, so I am going to create the video for that as well. So feedback is very important for any classes, any tutorial. Without feedback we cannot improve. So and that's not fulfill the need of, so might be the session I'm doing, it might be absolute for any others, but it might be important for many people. So that feedback is required, either you are watching as a fresher or experience. So please do provide the feedback so I can keep improving the content, keep improving the subjects, yeah, keep improving the slides, whatever feedback you think that will, I will keep doing that. So without delay, let's start the session 2 or day 2 IB investment bank business analyst. So today I am going to cover the trade life cycles. Yeah, that's the basics for any interview questions or for your work also. So you should know in IB trade life cycle how the trade life cycle works, what we do from day step 1 to step 10 or whatever. Yeah, and then the stakeholders. So you need to know like whom we are going to work, who are the interested stakeholders or people that you are going to work and they are interested to do these kind of works. And then we'll understand the user stories. This is again I am starting now the terminology that BA used to have, like user stories. So that is very important thing. And then if you are freshers, then these kind of questions, and you should be aware about what is the user stories, what is the acceptance criteria, yeah, what is trade life cycle, what is the stakeholders. So all these kind of things you need to know. Okay, so I will cover a couple of the examples, only these three topics today, and in future there are lot more session are going to come, but just focus on they will go gradually, so it will not create any, or might be in 10 or 15 session will be expert BA. yeah, and you will be ready for the interviews, and that is, and I will give the extra bonus as well once we'll complete all the session, watching all these sessions. So let's see what will, there will be surprises for you, there will be interview guidance, there might be help on the calls, how to prepare your resumes, all these kind of things I am going to help you. So please don't miss any session. If you have missed, please go and watch the previous session, and please continue the whatever the latest video is available. Okay. So, and my channel name is the AK the Enabler. So please go and subscribe that. Thank you. So the what is trade life cycle? So when I be in investment banking, everything is start with the trading. So there are lots other workers there, but for investment bankers to make the money, the main strategy is to start the tradings. So in trading, what are the phases, what are the cycles or comes from starting to end, and that is called the trade life cycle. So there is life cycles that you need to follow. So the trading start with a trade capture. So if anybody want to trade something, then they will start capturing that. If I am the user, I want HSBC to as a IB. I have my HSBC bank as a IB, so I want them to trade 1 million shares of Infosys. So I will just give instructions like I want 1 million shares of Infosys to buy, and prices will be 300 rupees per shares. It should not be more than that. If you can buy for me, then that will be great. So that's the instruction I have given to my IBs, investment bankers, banks, and they will capture these records either on the phone or the fax or email or personal conversations front to front. So whatever the way that they will capture on the systems or in the paper or whatever the way. So that's the called trade captures. So will that capture the trade? So mainly you have the system to do that. So we have that is called, that system is called front office. So they will put these informations, and then the trade validations will start. So 1 million shares I need to buy 400. So we have to multiply the like that much balances I have in our system or our cash account or not, because I am going to buy that, so I have to pay the money, because in return I will get the shares. So system need to validate like, yeah, this many shares, there are 40 million, and 40 million prices will required, money required INR. So that is there or not in my cash account. So that validation will start. There is other validation will also start, like I have the cash accounts or not, I have demat account or not, and my details are there or not, KYC is there. All these validations will happen once the trade capture happen. Then the trade enrichment. So once our validation is successful, then trade need to enrich with the additional details. Enrichment is nothing but it's just the additional details we need to fulfill. Like I said, Infosys here, but system will not understand the Infosys here. Infosys is a name, so there should be unique identifier for each and every shares or companies. So there will be ISIN, CDOL, QSHIP. So based on the exchanges country, there are identifier has been given for each and every shares instruments. So that you need to enrich with the additional details, my account details, my address, whatever the settlement cycle, all these details will come under the enrichments. And then the execution will happen. So once the execution will happen, then you need to confirm the trade. So that is called a trade confirmation. So once execution happen, then the system or the broker or IB need to send a confirmation to the parties. Like they need to tell me, yeah, you have executed your 1 million shares on this price, yeah, and this is the details, like this is the settlement date, this is the price you are going to pay, and these many shares you are going to get. So all these things will happen, and there will be settlement cycle like T plus 1 or T plus 2 based on the market. So usually it's T plus 2 only, and during that there will be clearing team will be there, so it will overcome these clearance or settlements, yeah. So that will happen together. And then the like share the demat account has been verified, like who is the seller, yeah, and I am the buyer. So all these details will get validated during the clearing phases, and the trade will settles, and like we'll get the shares, and our amount will be debited from the my account. So these things will happen during the settlement phase, and then there will be accounting and reporting. So all these accountings will be going the books, like company books, or your portfolio will be created, and then we need to reports. So we will get the reports, there will be regulatory reporting will happen. So all this comes under the reporting. So these are the main high level trade life cycles. There are lots of system get involved, people involved in this, but these are the life cycles, and this during these phases trade used to go. Okay. So let's take the example of FX trade example. So I need to buy the for FX is nothing but the forex trading. So there is two currency involved in the forex trading. So like USD and INR. So I want to buy USD 1 million. Okay, so USD 1 million I need to buy. Then in INR one USD price is 83.25. Okay, so I have to multiply. I need to have that much amount INR amount to buy USD 1 million. So I need to have 83 millions amount in my account. Then only I can execute the trades. And the trade date is today. Value date is T plus 2. So these are the trade economics we called. And these need to have all the details while doing the trading. Okay. So trade life cycles, how it flows. So traders, trading systems. So trader is there, then it will trading systems, then the validation will happen, and there will be risk checks. Like I said, like if I want to buy 1 million USD, then I need to have 83 millions price in my cash in my accounts. So all these risk calculation will happen, and then like how much I can buy. Is there any lower limit, higher limit? I cannot buy more than 1 million share. I cannot buy thousands more than thousands. All these kind of risks, risk factors are there, and that checks need to be done during risk check. Then the enrichment will happen, like I just said, like other details like account details, instrument details, settlement details, yeah, confirmations. All these things will happen during trade life cycle, and settlement and the accounting will happen. Okay, so this is the flow of life cycle, yeah. And then while doing these, which all people are getting involved, so that's are called the stakeholders, yeah. So those are interested. Stakeholders is nothing but those who are interested about the work that we are doing or the project we are doing. Yeah, so they have the vested interest in that activity. Okay, so if any trading is happening, the front office traders or sales are interested. Middle office risk trade suppose they are interested because they are going to do the risk calculation, their trade support for confirmation, enrichments, yeah. And then there is back office, they are going to work on the settlements and confirmations. Okay, technology, dev, QA. So these all people are involved because technology is very important, because we are building the team systems. Yeah? Developer is doing the coding, QA is testing, BA is removing the gaps between all these stakeholders. Yeah, and external counterparties like Swifts, Bloombergs, and external vendors. So all these people, those who have the vested interest in the activity or system that is or project, they are called the stakeholders. Okay, those who are interested what we are doing. Okay, then we have to do that. So when we are building any system, so we cannot go and tell that I'll do this thing. So we have to do all these things in writing. So writing that features or steps that require to do something, that is called user story. So user story need to be very simple. Like for trade capture, we need to write the user story. Yeah, so we got a call, and someone will tell like I need to book these many shares of these price. So these all the steps we need to write, and for these we need to build the system. So how do we build, how do other will understand? So we need to write the user story in plain English language, and that is called Gherkin language, and that I am going to cover in details later. But what are the formats for writing the user stories? Okay, so user story looks like as a trader. So it's a start with the who is going to do what and how, yeah, and what will be the outcome. So as a trader, I want to capture FX trade, so that's a trader requirement. So I want to capture the FX trade, that's the requirement for the front office. Okay, so if this is the requirement, if I got the call from some client and they want me to do the trading. So as a trader, my requirement is I want to capture all the details that I spoke on the phones or the instruction I got from the client. So I want to capture that curve. So I need one system where I can put the quantity, where I can put the instrument details, where I can put the client name, where I can put the prices, yeah. All these details, basic details required to put in the system, and I need system for that. And what will be the acceptance criteria? So if I want something, so how do we validate like it's working or not? To validate the steps, that is called the acceptance criteria. So currency pair is mandatory. So if I am doing the FX trading, so I need to have the two fields where I can enter the currency like buy or sell currency. So in our examples, the USD is the buy currency and INR is the sell currency. So I need to have two fields where I can put the currency, and similarly I need to have the price fields, like what are the price for USD, what are the notionals. So notional, again, these are the words that BA is going to use, or you will get from the traders or sales or middle office or back office. So we need to know all these terminology. So I am going to cover that also in the future, but just for now, notional is nothing but the price multiplied with the quantity, that will become your notional. And there were different kind of notionals were got. Trade date default today. So system should capture, I should not go and enter the trade date. Yeah, this is the trade date. System should default capture the trade date is today. Rate numeric. So rate is always going to be numeric. So you cannot put like Amrendra 320. So it's not the price. Yeah, it should always be 320, 400. They should be always numeric. So these kind of validations we need to do when we are writing the user stories, and the validation to check that or test that, that step is called acceptance criteria. So these are the minimum acceptance criteria to accept the system. Like if I am building that, so these, at least these need to be there, then only I can accept the system is working. Okay. So user story for validation. So there are, if you remember the life cycles, there is capture, then validation. So in validation, what are the things need to do as a system? So system validation, how it will work. System is the, I want to validate trades. So system want to validate trades. So what are the logic you need to write? So we can write the acceptance criteria here, like amount should be greater than zero. So if you are buying or selling anything, there it should not be the zero amount. Currency valid currency should be there. So there will be a static or reference data in the system. So if I am entering ISD, INR, so that currency should be in our system. Counterparty active, so like I should have my active accounts, details, everything. So these will come under the validations. Okay. So user history for settlement. So how the settlement system or settlement people will check their system. As a back office, I want to settlement instructions. So their work is to settle the trades. So how they will settle? So the acceptance criteria will, value date should be populated. So I need to know like what is the value date. So today is the trading, the T plus 2 will be the value date. So the Tuesday will be the settlement date. Currency correct. Currency pair should be correct. So Nostro map. So Nostro and Bostro, again the it's a come the during the trading. So these are the, again the types of accounts, like we have the saving accounts, current account. Similarly, we have the Nostro accounts map. So like for if you want to receive the INR in the US, so you need to have the INR currency accounts. If I need to receive the USD amount, then I need to have the Nostro and account. So we will create, so these kind of accounts need to be there to settle the trades. So these are the basic requirement for any system if you are going to build it. Okay. Then the BA responsibility. So while doing all these things to make this system, the BAs has their responsibility. So they need to understand the life cycles. So accordingly, they can design the system. Okay. Excuse me. And they need to identify the stakeholders. So who all are going to involve in this, or those who have the interest. So we need to understand that as well, because they are going to validate our system and they are our users, and we need to talk with them. And our responsibility to write the user stories as well, like they need to what they want. So we need to write in a stories format, ask questions. If something is not clear, they need to ask the questions, multiple questions, to understand the requirement in details. Create flow diagram, how the data, how the life cycle is going to happen. So that will come under the flow diagram. So again, this is vast topic and I'm going to cover in later classes. Okay. And then interview questions. Yeah, what are the trade? So once we have these skills in yourself, and you are going to have the appearing for the BA interviews and as a freshers or experience. So these are the important questions people will ask you, like what is the trade life cycle. So we need to remember all these things. And thus I have shared this explain FX trade. So they will ask you the examples, like trade me let me know the user story of FX trade. Yeah, who are the stakeholders, how do you identify the stakeholders. Yeah, so in that, all these things you need to remember. What is T plus 2? So T plus 2 is nothing but the settlement cycle. So T is stand for the trading date, at 2 plus 2, that next day 2 days the trade will get settled. Write user story. So they will ask you to write the user story or tell the user story that I have already explained for the settlement. Yeah, trading life cycle, confirm validations, all this. So we need to remember by on your tongue. So these are the very important basic questions that every interview we are going to face. Okay. And then this is all these you need to remember, and I'm just going to give you the homework, like create a user story for, don't show me, you just create and try to understand like what as per the PPT or the video it's correct or not. So, and the product I am going to tell you equity, bond, derivatives. So I will go and cover in details in later session, but just create user story on equities, bond, and derivatives. That, as I have showed, like on the FX, I have given the example. Similarly, you have to go and create the user story for equity, bond, and derivative. These are nothing but these are the products in the market where the trading happen. Okay. And then next session, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the agenda for next session as well. So next session, our day 3 will be BRD versus FRD. So these are the user stories. What are the examples user stories? So based on these things, we need to create very critical or important document that is called BRD and FRD. And then I'm going to tell the differences between those two, and then the functional requirements, data mapping, sample BRD will create and show you. So all these things I'm going to cover in day 3. So please keep subscribing, keep watching my channel, and very important, please give feedback. That is very important for me to do the improvement, and then we can go ahead in this journey, I think. Yeah, so this is going to help many people. But yeah, feedback, comment me, text me, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel or press the bell icon for the next video. Thank you for watching this video.